No matter what genre you make music in, you can easily funk up your bass lines, which will get people moving to your music. So in this video, you'll learn how to apply 4 essential funk elements to your bass lines. But first, take.
Revolutionary music makers, I'm Kate Harmony, this is Ray Harmony, and welcome to Hack Music Theory.
This channel helps you make great music that stands out so you can move and grow your audience.
And if you're new to our channel, we've got a free book for you, 12 music theory hacks to learn scales and chords, which you can download from the link below.
Alright, it's time to open your door to Hack Music Theory. The Theory.
Local Vancouver band 5 Alarm Funk just dropped their new single, Wake the Funk Up, featuring Leo P from Too Many Zooz, and it's one hell of a funky tune. All the funk essentials are here. Every beat one has a funk flashlight shining on it. There's enough syncopation to make any dance floor get on up. The flat 7 is tearing the roof off this sucker, and this song takes you on a chromatic roller coaster.
And by the way, chromatic, aka non-diatonic, refers to notes that are not in the scale.
Now, always remember that funk is an attitude, not a genre. So anytime you want to get the party started with a bass line, use these 4 funk essentials. Accent beat 1 in every bar, syncopate almost everything else, use the flat 7 everywhere you can, and seal the deal with chromatic notes. The hack.
Alright, now you're going to learn how to use this theory to make your own version, and what you see on the screen right now is our version that we made earlier. So start by setting up 8 bars of 4/4 with your grid set to 16th notes and your tempo set to 116 BPM. Wake the Funk Up is an E flat Dorian with a bunch of chromatic notes, but we'll be using E instead of E flat as it has a smaller key signature, so it's easier for learning.
Step 1, the 1.
As James Brown famously requested from Bootsy Collins back in the day, if you give me the 1, son, then you can play whatever you want for the rest of the bar. Worst James Brown impression ever. So make sure you play beat 1 of every bar. We alternated between playing the low root on beat 1, then switching it up with a higher note on beat 1 of every other bar.
Step 2, the scale.
The funkiest bass lines often use the blues scale, which is simply the pentatonic minor scale with a flat 5 added in. So while the horns will be playing in E Dorian, the bass will be playing in E blues. This scale combo is a funk favorite, and yes, these 2 scales work perfectly together as their notes overlap, other than the flat 5, but we'll throw the flat 5 in the Dorian horns as well.
Right, so E blues contains the notes E, G, A, B flat, B natural, and D. So you can use any of those notes in your bass line.
And by the way, if you want our funky bass hack for using the blues scale along with MIDI file examples, then that's all included in our songwriting and producing PDF, which you can download from the link below.
Step 3, syncopated motif.
Now, as you've given Mr. Brown all the 1s, you're free to do whatever you want everywhere else. So you're going to create a syncopated motif, which you can then repeat and vary to make your bass line. And if you're new to those terms, syncopation is when you accent an offbeat, and that injects energy into your groove. And a motif is a short musical idea, which you repeat to give your bass line structure and make it memorable.
Our motif consists of a 3-note descending line, where the last note is a syncopated 16th note. We then repeat our motif, starting on the note we ended on, to form a larger 6-note motif.
Right, now it's time to create a motif in your second bar. And yes, you're leaving the rest of your first bar open because space is essential in a funky bass line. And once you've created your motif, repeat it in your 4th bar with a variation. We varied our motif by playing it ascending. Next, repeat the original motif in your 6th bar, but add a couple notes. Also throw in some extra notes at the end of your 4th bar and in your 5th bar. These extra notes start building the energy towards your big ending, which is coming up next.
Step 4, chromatic ending.
Many great funk bass lines have a wild sound to them, which is often a result of venturing out of the scale. And the classic place to do this is at the end of your line. This not only builds tension, it also prevents your bass line from becoming boring and predictable.
So, in your 8th bar, you're going to write a melodic run that uses our old friend syncopation as well as our new friend chromaticism.
In Dorian, some funky favorites when it comes to chromatic notes are the 7, especially when played between between the flat 7 and the root. And another favorite is the flat 2, especially when played between the root and the 2 leading to the flat 3.
Also remember the funky flat 5, which you should use liberally throughout your bass line.
Okay, so now that you got one section down, how do you write the other sections? And then how do you transition between all the sections, especially when they're in different keys? And then how do you structure and arrange your song? Well, these are issues that many songwriters and producers struggle with, and that's exactly why we made our online apprenticeship course. So if you want to overcome these obstacles once and for all, then our course is definitely for you. Check it out now at the link below.
Alright, now let's have a listen to our funked up bass line. But just before the final playthrough, if there's an artist you'd like us to hack, let us know in the comments below.
And remember, if you want to get the multi-track MIDI file from this lesson so you can check out all the other tracks in our final example, which includes the drums, guitar, and horns, then download our lesson pack. The link is below.
You'll also get a PDF guide and a WAV mix of the final music.
In the meantime though, if you want to keep learning how to make great music that stands out, then coming up next, we've got a lesson on how to add even more groove to your bass lines using a hip-hop hack. And just like all our hacks, it works in any genre. So click that video when it pops up in a few seconds and we'll meet you there.